Hi, and welcome to Bow Model Making. This build I'm going to be doing Toyota's Supra GT. This is quite an old model, it dates from 1995, but it's still a really good build. I think what attracted me to this model is the decal scheme. I mean, it's mostly white, but all these swoops and curls and things are the decals on the model. I think it should be quite interesting. Like most Tamiya kits, it should go together with no problem at all. So this is what we'll be doing, and what we'll do first is I'll get all the parts prepared, and then we'll have a quick look through them, and we'll get started. Okay, as you can see, we've basically got everything off the sprues. I'm going to try this idea. I've seen a couple of other models do it, where they get everything prepared first and cleaned up, and then just work through the model. I must admit, it does seem to be, I mean, just from an organisational point of view, a good way of doing it. So basically got the roll cage parts in here, obviously the wheels there, parts for the interior of the model, the tyres, grill and polycaps in there, rear wing, and in here we've got little bits and pieces like the grills and windscreen wiper. And then we've got the front suspension, rear suspension, spoilers, again another bit, a few bits for the interior. Underneath of the car we've got the exhausts on there, and then the grill that goes in the bonnet for the car, and a couple of little bit extra bits going right at the end. I'll put them on the blue paper really, so they show up rather than just being in the bottom of the white plastic. Just got this box from Hobbycraft. Comes with lots of dividers, so as you would go through your models, you can move them around and have different size compartments. And so this is the decal sheet that attracted me to it. I think it could be sponsored by Castrol. I don't know about you, but I think that's a bit obvious there. So all these should be interesting to put on. Lots of advertising parts on there, so we'll work through that. This bit in the middle, that goes around the back of the seat. Here's the decals for the wheels, so the tyres. And what else have we got? Okay, we've got the body, which was pretty clean. It had a seam line just running down the front of the bumper, and again on the back, which is cleaned up and polished. And there you can't really see it because it's on white. But as I say, it basically came up the seam here and then disappeared, and then came back down on the back. So that's all cleaned up. And then we've got the underside on here. Basically put little legs on it for so it'll stand up. Like so, and so you can hold it and paint both sides. Okay, and we'll have a look through the instructions as well. This is an older Tamiya kit, it's on one of the fold-out map style decals, instruction sheets. So basically tells you what the model I'm doing is, brief description of the model itself, what it did, various languages, and then the usual cautionary, read the instructions and work through the paints, and gives you a comprehensive list on there. It starts off with the underneath the engine, the front suspension, and work through both those in. And this one has quite a lot of models. Basically you do it time building up this detail, but then at the underside of the model, it's sort of introduced in the background, saying, oh yeah, don't forget you've got to paint this as well. So don't forget to paint that. This is the size of the grill you need to cut out. It's got a very big sheet for that much. And there's a bit on the sides as well, so you get quite a lot of grill to have a play with. And work through, so then you do the rear suspension and fit that to the underside, and then working through building up the interior, the seats and everything, roll cage, fitting those in the door panels, and then you work on the outside of the car, fitting the glass. Like I say, there's the other bits of grille. Put the two together, and then it's the exterior details like the wing mirrors, windscreen wiper, rear window comes from the outside, and a few little bits at the back. And then we have all the decals. So we've got the left hand side, the top, front and rear. So the right hand side will be the same on there. So that's the nice model to have a work through. As I say, in the bit at the beginning, it's nearly 25 years old. It's got stamped on the top of the body here on the underside, 1995. Come to the cleanup parts, there's very little flash. All there was a few seam lines on most parts. Again, considering its age, I thought that was very good. So what we'll do is I'll start off with doing the body. I'll get that painted up, and the underside as well, and then we'll get it primed up and painted in just the white, and then we'll work through doing extra details like painting the grill around here and the window surrounds there with in black. So there's a bit of painting things to do first before we start doing any construction parts as well. But anyway, we'll see how it evolves and where we end up. Okay, see you in the next bit. Okay, as you can see, we've got the main body done. So what I've done is fitted the two grills and the big grill in the middle of the bonnet and the rear wing. What I've done is spread it up with, used Ultimate Model Products white primer with a few drops of grey primer in it, just to make it just off white, because it was white plastic. If you do white primer and then white paint, which used X2 gloss white, far too much white on there. So if you say just turn that down slightly, it just means you can see where you've sprayed. So that's the bodywork done. What I'm going to do is give that a little while to dry. When it's finished sprayed about an hour ago. Finish is pretty good. Got up the little blobs on it. Let's see if you can sand those out. Once going to do a while to give a good dry. I'll mask off and paint around the window frames. They'll be in flat black. There's grill across the front, I think it's black as well. Yeah, it is. I think that's probably all there is. Again, and the lights, that'll be chrome, and the bonnet attachments, they'll be chrome as well. Because once I've got those bits painted up, I can then give it a good couple of glass coats, and then we can have a go at doing some decals. So let's just sort of show where we're up to. Cool things to say, this is quite an old kit, say it's about 25 years old. There was a bit of a gap there. I mean, you can just pick it out. That's the best I could get it with filling and sanding on there. It's not perfect, but I'd say it's better than it was. And there's quite big gaps around these grills, so I kind of fill those a little bit just to make them a little bit shallower. So that's where we're up to. So I've got the white paint down. I've also done the wing mirrors and the interior and exterior of the base. So this needs, I think it's only been up the centre bit where the exhaust goes. This is, I think, semi-gloss maybe, and a few other bits and pieces of different colours. So again, I've just finished painting that fairly recently, so we'll give that a good dry, and then we'll get that masked up and paint that up as well. So see if you can see these. See the wing mirrors. on there. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. To put the wing mirrors in, just need to drill out a couple of holes which are marked from underneath. So I've drilled those out. Okay, so that's where we're up to. So I'll come back when I think we're ready to start doing some decals, and we'll have a look at see how well they go on. Actually, no, what I'll do is I'll come back when I'm doing the window surrounds and things. I'll get that all masked up, and we'll have a look at how that is. Okay, see you in the next little bit. There you go, just a little bit of masking. So we're painting the window surround in X18, semi-gloss black. So I've got both of those done. So once I've done this, basically take it all off and then mask around the front windscreen, because I haven't got any tape that's narrow enough to go down the middle of there. So we'll get that done, and I'll quickly show you what it looks like, and then we'll redo the masking. Well, that's tried a bit, and we'll see how we get on. Back in a sec. Okay, so some little window trim done for the side windows. So I'll let that dry off a bit, and then I'll mask around the front, so we can do the grille and the trim around there. The trim for the back window is actually on the glass part, so we'll look at that at a later date. And then we just need to mask off around the front lights. I'll probably paint these by hand because they're only little, they're worth trying to mask around those. So that's what we're up to next. See you in a little bit. Okay, in this part we start doing some of the decals. So I'll start off with this Tom's logo, which according to the instruction goes on the second fin back, which is this one. So what we'll do is we'll just soak it in some warm water. It's not really too hot because your decals will float off really quite quick. So leave that to soak, just take 10 or so seconds, and just zoom in a bit as well. So what we do to put the decals on is use a bit of the micro set, I think it is, Microsoft, can I remember? Which one is it? It's the blue one, micro set. So what we'll do is put some on the model, fine brush, just put a bit of a coating on, so this helps the decal to slip about and start softening it. And when the decal is ready, as I say, it only takes a few seconds, we can apply it to the model. There you go, so I've got half the paper off the camera. So just double check where it goes and apply it to the model. So go very smoothly there. So just get it straight. Yeah, I'm happy with its position. Yeah, looks straight, looks in the middle. So we can squish it down, get some of the water and fluid out from underneath it, and of course it moves just as soon as you squish it down. Still looks okay. So you can smooth it down with your cotton bud. So it gets all the liquid out from underneath it, so it shouldn't get any silvering. Is where you get trap air bubbles underneath. And there you go. So again, a little bit of the solution over the top, just to help it settle down. Well, it's a flat surface, so it shouldn't need any real conforming to the shape. So that's basically how I do the decaling. So I'll just put some music on this bit, and I'll put the next couple of bits in. Okay. See you in the next bit. Okay, so that's all the decals done on the body anyway. Okay, on the whole they're pretty good. The decals themselves, I don't know whether it's my particular model or not, but they're quite brittle, so you've got to be careful with them. But if you use plenty of microset, get them soft, that's a bit loose, and then finally put the sole on to get it to sit down. They do go down really quite well. The trickiest bit is these on top of these fins to basically make up the rest of the cover. Come out quite well there. Anyway, I'm happy with that. It's another best decaling job I've ever done, but pretty effective. So what I need to do with the body now is give it a clear coat. The one I'm going to use is, if I can get my hands on it, is Tamiya's X22 clear gloss. Let's give it a couple of coats of that, and then we can do a bit of panel line detail on it, and take it from there. And then we'll, as I say, we'll build up some of the layers of the gloss once I've done the panel lining and get a bit of a finish on it. So that's where we're up to now, and painted the underside. So most of it's white. It's a bit vague as to what you paint chrome at the middle here. I'll show you on the instructions. Basically that's all the instructions you get. Paint that aluminium, this is chrome, but it's all hidden behind this part, which is the next bit I'm going on to. So this is what I came up with. I think it looks pretty good. That's aluminium at the back there, and I'm going to mask this off when I'm doing some of the semi-gloss black on the other parts and get that painted up as well. So we're making a bit of progress, so we'll come back when I'm doing the panel lining on this and see if we can show you that. Okay, back in the next bit. That's the body varnished, and I've done the panel line. I was going to show it, but it didn't go very well. It sort of bled in the corners and a few bits. So I did sort of have an idea of doing some weathering, because I usually do models clean, but I might have to weather this just to cover up some of the smudges and things. Anyway, some bits have come up quite nice. It's got a nice bit of a shine there. So we'll see what I come up with to do with this. Other things I've done as well. I did the chrome around here with one of these Molotow liquid chrome pens. I was using the masking that off, and I picked out these couple of black bits on the side and the indicator in clear orange. And there's the boot ties. They're painted over the decal at the back. And as I've noticed, I've not picked these out, so I can do those at some stage. So apart from the panel line not going according to plan, it's sort of okay. So it's quite a good shine. It's not sort of a 2K shine, but it's what I like. So yeah, so what we'll do, we'll call part 1 finished there, and we'll come back with part 2 where we'll be doing some of that. Okay, see you in the next bit.